Hello, this is Luigi Snar, and today we are going to be talking about the aftermath of World War II. So the world is going to react to the aftermath and the effects of World War II. The Allies were shocked and repulsed at what they had found in the concentration camps and what they had found on the battlefield. The Soviet forces were beating Germany and Russia, and the Soviet forces ended up killing over 2.5 million Germans. They moved towards Berlin, Germany's capital, where the Allies were planning on invading France. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces invade France. This is known as D-Day. There were high casualty numbers. It was a win for the Allies, and they quickly conquered France. Hitler organized a counterattack. Germans made advances in the Allies' line. In 1945, Allies had crushed the German offense. Soviets were the first to reach Berlin, and they found the body of Hitler dead. People had concluded that Hitler killed himself, a suicide. Germany surrendered on May 7th. This is known as VE Day, the Victory in Europe Day. The war in Europe is finally over.
Take that, Germany. I'm victorious.
Thank you for that presentation, Wisconsin. Now, back to news. The war ends in the Pacific. The U.S. was still island hopping, and they finally started to bomb Tokyo and other major cities, which were of great importance. The Battle of Iwo Jima was a month-long battle won by the U.S. 7,000 Americans died, 19 of 20,000 Japanese died. This is a very big difference in numbers. The Battle of Okinawa was a 3-month battle, which was also won by the U.S. 12,000 Americans died, and 100,000 Japanese died. Again, this is a very big range for deaths. So, the atomic bomb. Allies were dreading Japan after Iwo Jima and Okinawa. The estimates were up to 1 million lives. Truman believed an atomic bomb would bring about a quick end to the war. July 26, 1945, the U.S. demanded Japan to surrender. On August 6th, Hiroshima was bombed, and Japan refused to surrender. On August 9th, Nagasaki was bombed also, and they finally surrendered 6 days later. 6 days later. This is known as VJ Day, the true end of the war, August 15th, 1945.
I'm the United States, and I'm island hopping. Take this, Japan.
Boom! So, after the war, Europe was in ruins. Entire towns were destroyed, and many people were homeless. Jewish populations in Europe lost land, property, and sense of belonging because of the past concentration camps. Entire generations were dead. This means their legacy will not continue to the other generations. Shortly after the war, Europe, Great Britain, and the United States wanted to ensure that no one gained anything, such as land or money, from the war. They were planning for the future. Russia, the U.S., and Britain met together at a conference to discuss peace, also known as the Yalta Conference. It was held in Russia, and it was disagreements over what to do with land, such as Poland, which was neutral. United Nations was formed as a peacekeeping force. It was upgraded from League of Nations. The U.S., Britain, France, China, and the Soviet Union would have the most power. Potsdam Conference. This was a conference that was held in Germany. It discussed ways of keeping peace in Germany. It was hard to reach an agreement between everyone. The U.S. and Britain were scared of the spread of communism and Russia's power. Stalin said he would respect democracy in Europe, but this was quickly broken. Like I said earlier, the world found concentration camps. At first, they did not know what Hitler was doing, or when they heard it, they didn't believe it. They believed that Hitler was a good citizen who was always doing things for the better, which he believed he was, but he really wasn't. The Allies finally started planning on ways to help the Jewish population, how to get them out, how to help them regain their land, and get to a safe place. The Soviet Union also found a Nazi camp right after the U.S., and they found Auschwitz, which was one of the most important and most defensed concentration camps. Oh, you hear them save me. Thank you, thank you. So now I'm going to talk about the causes and the effects of World War II. Some of the causes were economic hardship and political following World War I. The hardship came from the Great Depression, which happened in the 30s. And also the political hardship happened when more than one party or group was trying to fight against one another, like democracy and communism. Aggressive leaders in Germany, Italy, and Japan wanted to expand, but the surrounding countries would not allow them. This created tension between them. Germany invaded Poland, and Japan attacked the U.S. This created the alliances we know in World War II. Some effects. Millions of people were killed. Large areas of Europe and Asia were destroyed. This left many people homeless, without food, without clothes, and even some families were split up. The Allies occupied Japan and parts of Europe. This allowed for peaceful settlements to be made with the help of the Allied forces. The United Nations was created to ensure peace throughout Europe. Conflicts began between the Soviet Union and other allies over the fate of Eastern Europe, because Eastern Europe was very vital because it had strength, because it was in the middle of everything, and it also had very good natural resources. The U.S. and the Soviet Union emerged as the world's two major powers.
The